Hi there, welcome to the Schwowin's Nest. My name is Sandra. I'm so glad you stopped by to see me today. I thought I would take a little time and jump on here. It's been a really long time since you've seen my face. I usually don't like to put my face out there, but I decided today was worth it. I have a fantastic thrift haul for you. I have some craft hauls from Michael's and Dollarama and the Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you all the great things I have and what I'm going to do with them. I'm gonna start out with some of the small items that I picked up. I cannot pass up little miniature things. So the first thing I grabbed was, these were $1 each. Look at how cute these little guys are. I really love the shape of them. This one looks so farmhouse. It's awesome. This one's not so farmhouse, but they will get a coat of white paint, and I think they'll look absolutely gorgeous on a tiered tray. These are the second little guys that I picked up. Look at how cute these are. They come with their own little spoons. The spoons are a little bit different. This one I think is a little bit of a larger spoon. These were $1.99 each, and you guys in the United States are probably cringing at those prices, but yes, that's how much we have to pay for little tiny things here in Canada. I'm not going to do anything with these. I might decide to put a tiny little decal on them and make them look really farmhouse, but again, tiered tray, perfect for them. This next item I couldn't pass up. Totally farmhouse. Look at that chicken. He is adorable, and there's a little pot. You could have some herbs in here, and of course this is going to get painted white. Oh, I just noticed his little butthole. Check that out. Too cute. Anyway, I'm gonna paint this white. I might distress it a little bit, not 100% sure on that. $3.99. So a good size though. I think it's not bad for what it is, and in its day this coloring was really good, but it needs an update. So staying in the lines with the chicken, check this out. This is so cute. It's huge. It does have a couple of little nicks in it, but it is a canister, and it still has the rubber ring around it to make it nice and sealed. So you can see that you've really got to push that to seal it in. This is going to be beautiful. I'm going to just pull this off. Look at that nice little detail there. This was $4.99, worth it for me. Underneath it came from, doesn't say, Ashland. So this was a Michael's purchase from a long time ago. White, a little bit of distressing, gorgeous. So I also found this nice little picture. I love the shape of it. It's nice and round. I don't like the leaves on it, don't like the two-tone. This is probably a 70s, 80s kind of piece. I'm gonna look at it. It doesn't really have anything on it at the back. This was $3. The lid is nice and snug. Oh, because this doesn't belong to it. Belongs to something else. Ha! So it's just like this. It has no lid. Of course, it's a picture. Why would it have a lid? Anyhow, this is also going to get a coat of paint, probably get a nice vintage stamp on here or a label. I'm really into the crockery stamps. I don't have any, but I like to recreate some sort of that design using my Cricut. So I will probably put a decal on this one. Here's another one. This one's a little bit bigger, but I love the lines of it. It's nice and smooth, so that's something that I look for when I go thrifting. Is it nice and smooth? Am I going to be able to put a label or a decal on it? And what does it look like? Does it have a nice handle? It's in really good condition. There aren't any chips or nicks along the top. So this one was $3. So not bad. Again, this is another one that I will probably try to change, make it into farmhouse decor. It's got it nice and smooth here. It does have a little bit of a design here. It's got a larger design on this side. It was $3.99. Kind of a little bit of a nick here. This is the lid that it belongs to. And other than that little nick over here, it's in good shape. Once I put a little bit of texture paint on there, it probably won't show anyway. This is a nothing special. This was $4. It's a planter. It's a beautiful green color. It's got tons of crazing in it, so you know it's nice and old. But look what it has on this side. Perfect for spring. So if I paint this white and do a little bit of distressing, or even just leave it white, that little bird is going to show up. It's going to be gorgeous with some lavender and some greenery in here. I think this will be a perfect addition to someone's dining table or their mantle. So I'm hoping that this will find a good home once it's redone. This is the last ceramic piece that I found. Again, it still has the nice rubber ring, so it's a nice sealed canister. It was only one, but I did like this little design underneath here. This will also get some chalk paint probably. I'm not sure. I might just try and put a little decal on it. It was $2.99. I think it's absolutely adorable. Let me know in the comments if you would paint this one, because I'm kind of on the fence with it. I'm not 100% sure. I think I'll wait and see what some of the other ones turn out like, and if I like that texture and the matte finish on it, I might do that with this one too. But it's definitely getting a farmhouse label. I collect blue glass like this. I thought this shape was really unique. It's not something I've ever seen before. It was only $1, so that was a really good buy. I have a farmhouse coastal theme going on in my family room, so this will probably find a spot down there. I'm gonna leave it exactly the way it is. This jar I couldn't pass up. I think this is called a hobnail design, and I think this would look amazing with white chalk paint on it. It's gonna make it look so nice and clean and pretty. This was $2. So sometimes I look for unique pieces, more of something that wouldn't be normally found, say at a dollar store or at any other type of store, and something that I can kind of look at and decide I can make something better with it. This is a metal crate that I found. And of course the color is not good. It's gonna get a paint job for sure. It was $2.99, but because it's metal, I might actually add a backing to it, a backboard, maybe a faux window, and then have some greenery inside of it, or I might just make a sign with some words on it. Haven't quite decided yet. Let me know what you think you would do with this. If you like the window idea, or just putting a board on the back with some words like home sweet home or something. I want it to be able to stand up on its own, but I think it'll be a really cool piece with, of course, a farmhouse label here. So let me know, window or board with some lettering on it. I'm always on the lookout for wood pieces and things that, again, are more unique, something that isn't very normal. And look what I found. This is one of those little weigh scales, I think, anyway. It's a little wobbly, but that's easily fixed. And it has this little cat on the top. Of course, that's going to be coming right off. But I'm going to be able to do something with this and make, I've always wanted one of those scales. And I think this will be really sweet, maybe with a little tin bucket and some lavender coming out of it. I think I might make the base a little bit bigger, maybe add another piece to it so it's a little bit more substantial. And then I'll probably add something at the top, maybe a loop or another button like this. So this was $2.99. The other thing I look for, because I do tend to make a lot of two-tiered trays, and I'm going to start selling those as well. I've got about 3 or 4 of them that I've created for YouTube videos, but I don't have a lot of space in my home anymore. I'm kind of full up. So, but this is a little foot massager, and it's perfect because it's solid wood. It has a flat top and bottom. This was $3. So yeah, it was expensive. I could have probably gotten a full finial like that, but I thought this would be a really neat piece to have as the center of a tiered tray. So I've got a couple more wood pieces. Look at this guy. He's so heavy. Nice, cute little recipe box. Really nice and clean. Of course, it has all sorts of stuff on it, and that's okay. That can be sanded down really easily. Beautiful hardware. So I'm gonna definitely make this into farmhouse decor. $3. So wood stuff here is really cheap. You can really find some nice things that people give away that are solid wood. So I think this is probably gonna be a really good seller. And lastly, for my wood pieces, I never pass up a bread box. So this is, it's in a little bit of rough shape. It's got some stains on the inside. The bottom isn't solid wood, but the front and the top and the sides, these are all solid wood pieces. So again, this is going to get a good sanding, a good cleaning. I'll get some black primer on it, and then I'll put some white paint on it, probably do something here or both, maybe just a little design here and then put bread there, or maybe just a vintage label that has something to do with pies, pastries, that kind of thing. So this was $3.99. So that's it for my thrifting. I only hit a couple of stores. I have a small little budget, so I needed to make sure I stuck within that budget. I went to Michael's and they had their spring florals and greenery on for 40% off. So that's better than the coupon. They have a 30% off coupon every week that you can use on one regularly priced item. But when they have their sales, it's usually a better sale. So I picked up 3 of these little picks that are eucalyptus. This is really difficult to find, but they're really nice and full. They were $4.99, so then 40% off. So I think about $2.70, something like that. So again, in the US, you can find things a lot cheaper, but I thought that was a really good price for me. The other thing I got was this greenery bush. It just says a spring greenery bush. Really pretty. I really like the color of it. It's got that sort of lamb's ear look to it. They are plastic, but really nice and full. I'll probably be using this for some of my decor items that I sell. I like to stage them. I also like to add my florals into things and then sell them as is. So this one was $17, 40% off. I have a Cricut Joy. If you watch my channel, you know this already. But what I like to do is use the Cricut design space to create all of the different labels and free printables that I share with you all. But there's always stencils. So there were a ton of stencils on sale. They had this is still at Michael's. They had this bin of stencils and paint and brushes and all sorts of things that were really marked down. 2 laser cut sheets of stencils. And they're just kind of little borders and swirls and things. And I thought that's perfect for farmhouse decor. Regular $11.99 on sale for $3. So I snatched that up because I really like those styles. The other one that I grabbed, and this was fun. Now this clearance wasn't that great. It was $7.99 on sale for $5. But it's a farmhouse, and these are adhesive paper stencils. So I don't have them opened up, but maybe down here you can see they're all farmhouse related things. So there's all the animals, there's a tractor, there's a barn, there's all sorts of really pretty things on here. So I'm going to be using that. You'll see me using that lots in the next little bit. I just love all the animals. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Now this next stencil I didn't need, but I couldn't pass it up. It was marked wrong, and I talked to one of the ladies and she said, check out these stencils. A couple of them are only $1. And I said, I think they're marked wrong. And she said, yeah, they probably are, but grab them while they're there, because she had gone to the register to check them. Look at this huge stencil. I hope you can see it. It's, again, it is, oh, it's upside down. Art Minds. It's a wall stencil. This is the whole thing here that it looks like. This was $1. Look how big it is. It's huge. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I don't have a wall that I want to stencil with this, but I think maybe on a furniture piece or on a table. I like this little round section in here. I like these little things, so that could be something that could maybe get stopped here and then have some other kind of thing inside. But anyway, for $1, I just couldn't pass that up. This is Martha Stewart Crafts Vintage Decor Paint Matte Chalk Finish. Regular $14, $5. So I grabbed some colors. This is called Clay, so it's kind of like a dark, sort of a grayish blue color. No, just a grayish brown color. Then I grabbed Eucalyptus, which is kind of a green color. And then I grabbed another lighter green color because of course spring is on the way. And this one's called Antique Sky. So these were all $5, and I'm sure that I'm going to get tons of use out of these. The other thing I grabbed was this was half price, this little tiny chalk brush. I have larger chalk brushes, but I don't have anything tiny like this. So I decided to grab it. They had some flat ones and some round ones. I really like using the round ones. When I'm painting the pictures and the rooster and the chickens and all of that ceramic stuff, I thought this might be a really nice brush to use to minimize brush marks. The last thing I got at Michael's was this black gel stain. It was $13 regular price, clearance for $5. This will go a really long way. It is a water-based stain, and I have a walnut one that I like to use, but I find sometimes that it's a little too reddish still. So I think using a black mixed in with that will give me a really nice dark walnut color. So I'm really excited to use this on some wood soon. So when I go to dollar stores, I'm always looking for my staple items. That's what I call them anyway. Things that I need to have in my stash that I use a lot. One of those things is jute rope. Now this is the thinner jute rope, and you get $1.50 for 10 meters. This is at Dollarama. So the next few things I have are at Dollarama. And sometimes you can find this at the Dollar Tree. Right now they're out. They just have the really thick nautical rope and not even the white cotton rope. They only have this color in the thick rope. And I didn't want that. So I grabbed 3 of these, and then I make sure I have tons in my stash. The other thing that I love, this is similar to giant popsicle sticks. These are 10 wooden plant labels for $1.25, and I use these all the time. I love to make little crates out of them, anything that I'm using on my tiered tray. You can do signs out of them, make picket fences. They're really easy to cut. I use my miter shears to cut these. You can also just use your utility knife or even a pair of scissors. So I always have a bunch of these on hand. I bought myself 10 packages, so I have 100 of them now. I think I'm going to be set for a while. The other thing that I'm always looking for is jute cord. This is thinner than the one I just showed you, but thicker than the twine. So this one was $4, and you get 1 pound, 176 feet. So I think this is going to last me for a really long time, but I like it because it's a little bit thicker, so it's a little bit more substantial on signs and different projects. The other staple that I always grab whenever I see it, and I only like to grab really pretty ones, and these are some of them. So it's a sprig like this, $1.25, which is the same as we pay at the Dollar Tree. I really love how this looks. I love these leaves. They're really high quality. They did only have these 3 because lavender goes like hotcakes. So whenever I see it, I grab it whether I need it or not, because this is the floral that I use most often. I also have found that anything that I have lavender in sells really quickly, more than just regular greenery. So I've got quite a few orders of some different projects right now that need lavender. So that's why I stocked up on these. So the other thing I look for are unique seasonal items, and something that I can use maybe just once. I don't want to make a ton of them. I found this. It's an egg, but it has the soccer ball shape to it. Oh, it's an egg shape with a soccer ball design. They had footballs and they had basketballs, I believe. But what I decided is that it's a beautiful egg and it stands on its own. So this is something that I'm going to be able to paint and make a really beautiful little farmhouse egg. I was thinking to maybe put it on a candlestick with some greenery or some nesting like moss and stuff around it, make it look super pretty as a little farmhouse decor. So that was $1.50. I just got the one because that's all I'm going to do. The other thing I looked for, and I looked for these at the thrift store too, but they didn't have any, was just this little bunny. I wanted to have some tiny little bunnies for my tiered tray. I do 2 tiered trays in my home, and that's it. I don't have any other room for any other tiered trays, and I don't do a ton of Easter decorating. I didn't do any Valentine's decorating. So now my decor will be into spring, and my tiered trays will be the only thing that will change with the seasons until we get to Christmas again. So I grabbed him. He was $1.25. He's going to get some white spray paint, some white chalk paint, maybe a little bit of distressing. He'll probably go black first and then white on top so I can have some of that black peek through, but I think he'll be adorable on a tiered tray. So next is the Dollar Tree. Here in Canada, we pay $1.25 for each of our items. So I got 2 of these flower and garden enamel, or not enamel buckets, tin buckets. I'm not going to worry about that. These are probably going to get painted white, or I'll make them look sort of like that cement look again. I was able to sell a couple of these already with some florals in them, so I'll probably do that again. Maybe get a nice crockery stamp label, that kind of thing. And of course then I got 2 of these as well, and I like this because it has the raised edge here and it's on both sides, so painting it white, distressing it, looks great. I also got this little bunny ornament, color your own ornament, so I'll probably be doing something with a few little signs, again probably for my tiered tray, just using a couple of these bunnies. And I'll probably see if my very good friend Sonia over at Domestic Diva DIY needs some extra bunnies, and I'll hand them over to her. I also grabbed a couple of these little bunnies because I did think that this might look really nice painted white, distressed, maybe even painted gray to look like concrete with that stippling effect, and then put on a riser or maybe a candlestick with a nice oval piece of wood. You can get those oval cutouts at Dollar Tree as well. So I was thinking of doing something like that and then selling those, hopefully, if anybody's looking for some Easter decor. But I got to get on that quick because Easter's going to be here before you know it. These you've probably seen before. I just grabbed a couple of them. They're these little arrows for weddings and stuff. They were at in the wedding section at the Dollar Tree, but I got 3 of them because I thought the arrows are neat to use. I could also just use them for a picket fence, or I could put a nice little crate on here, or build a little crate with my garden stakes and then have some florals or greenery, just like a cute little thing that you can hang on your wall or stand up somewhere. Then in the garden center, I grabbed 2 of these, and my idea for these, I hope you can see it, it's a garden trellis. I don't like these little loopies on the side, so I would probably trim them here. And I thought this would look really nice, maybe in that metal bucket that I had. So maybe something like this in that metal bucket like that, have some greenery kind of going up or whatever, hang a sign on the top of it maybe. I also thought that this would look nice with a plaque on it, some type of sign, a farmhouse sign, and then you could just stick that in your garden, especially if it was a metal sign. That would look really sweet. These are black. I don't know if I'm going to paint it white, probably, because that's usually what I do. But it really depends on what I'm going to do with it. So I will figure that out, and that will be an upcoming video. The last really cool item that I found at the Dollar Tree, and we don't hardly ever get cool items like you guys do, is this circle wall vase planter. I thought this was so cool. $1.25. I got 3 of them. Again, one for my friend Sonia if she wants it. And I thought this would look awesome painted white with a farmhouse label here or some printing or something, and then on a wood backing, maybe that's in a house design that you could hang on the wall. So it is nice on its own, but I gotta add something to it because I've got to put my own spin on it. And I wouldn't hang this in my house on its own, so that's kind of the benchmark of what I do for others, is I create things that I would like to have in my home. If I wouldn't like it in my home, then I'm not going to create it. So anyway, so that's the last thing I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed my thrift haul, my craft haul, and you got an idea of the kind of things that I'm on the lookout for when I'm heading out to the thrift stores and to the craft stores, and what I usually pick up when I'm there. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them below in the comments. I'll get back to you, and happy shopping and happy crafting. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.